During Camp TRT, 5 riders came together for 5 intensive days.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Each brought a horse with a story and a problem to solve. Now, 1 year later, we return to see what they've carried forward and what still needs work. For Alois, the training at home began well. He was even able to venture out to shows with his horse, passing through narrow stables in new environments, but not without some challenges that have knocked his confidence. Martina's horse Nadine was sensitive and unpredictable, and their connection shaky at best. A year later, Nadine is calm, focused, and even showing in competitions. Having a much stronger bond, they enjoy frequent rides together. Once home, Sophie began riding Jimmy, where he started out much more relaxed. But soon, Jimmy developed some soreness in the back muscles, leading them into another approach on building up strength. Esther's horse O'laska was skittish and unrideable. Over the past year, Esther left her old stable and created a quiet space at home for her horses, continuing to work on the new skills she has learnt. Adriano and Luciferno continued working on their tense dynamic at home. With the training going well, they have also had some successful rounds at shows. Adriano has applied his knowledge in daily training with other horses and has also been sharing with his own students. 1 year later, we check in with each of them to see how they are continuing their journey after Camp TRT. Over 1,000 riders applied, each facing serious challenges with their horse. 5 were chosen.
I don't have a solution for it.
At this time, I have zero confidence.
5 days to start their personal journey of transformation.
I guess it's going to be a long process.
Even when you make progress, you can have a little setback.
This is not a quick fix program.
But is it really the horse that needs fixing, or will it require a deeper look into themselves? Join our 5 riders and their horses at Camp TRT.
Hey, guys.
Hey there, good morning.
Nice to see you again. How are you doing?
Welcome.
Sunny
We're fine,
place.
thank
Sunny,
you.
beautiful place.
Yeah.
So show us a bit around.
It started all over here.
It's a really good setup, actually, when you think about it. It's like a 5-star hotel. You get your little friend in the stable in front
what
of
horse
you.
can get such a stable?
Yeah.
After a few days, the first problem started. So rushing in again.
Yeah.
Really rushing in after a few days.
Yeah.
We'll move her to that stable, but of course, not going through that door, but we have a paddock. We'll walk through it now.
So the really interesting part when we arrived at Alois's place and he gave us the tour was, it was then that I really got the sense of what they'd been through. And when you sort of follow the story and the steps while he's walking from each spot where they tried to find a solution, you realize how much they desperately wanted to help this horse.
Up to date, this still is a problem.
Yeah.
When I've been to Camp TRT, I started practicing. I got her out first. That gave me confidence. And I really took her in through this door. But all of a sudden, she was just a bit pushy. And I wanted to say to her, well, stop. Let's go back. And then everything went wrong.
Yeah.
She hit her head. She went back. Didn't want to come in anymore. I opened the door completely, didn't want to go in, so I thought, oh no.
Yeah. He went home, went to go in the stable as she normally does, she hit the head again. And that sort of brings back that trauma, but not only for the horse, but predominantly for Alois. And he had in his mind, okay, we're going to really go further with this tight spaces. I get another opportunity to work with Tristan again, and together we're going to make this work like it did at the camp. And then I said, I think it's a better idea if we ride. I'd heard a little bit from his story that she was a little bit horse-shy at the competitions and things. And I thought that's a perfect opportunity for him to get more skills of knowing what to do in a situation that makes him insecure. The same ingredients that he needs for going in a tight space, loading in the trailer, is the same as what he needs when his horse is a little bit insecure and horse-shy in the warming up at the competition. So he got on the horse, and then the first thing was Let's see where your reflex reaction is. So now, what do you feel now in your body? Yeah. And where do you
Complete
feel
tension.
where do you feel your contraction?
Over my whole body.
Yeah.
I feel her strengthening.
Yeah.
So what I do is, ooh,
Yeah. So if I get that, so of course he's on the horse and I go a little bit with the tool and then he takes hold. And then he feels his physical reaction in his body, that reflex of protection. Oh, I don't want it to go wrong. I don't want it to get scared. So your plan of action then in your reflex was?
hold on and
Yeah, hand.
squeeze tight.
Yeah. And it's important in the beginning to realize what that is in your reflex so you can change it.
Oh, yes. What are you doing? Oh, I'm feeling it in my shoulders, in my arms, and I'm bracing myself. And then I start to feel the worry.
Yes. Hey, perfect. Good. So if you're riding on the track, going in trot, someone's trotting towards you, think of this sensation. This is the simulation. What am I going to do? Plan of action. Don't allow my reflex. I'm already aware of what happens in my body. So I make that neutral. Next plan of action is front leg towards. And then rub. Be the chaser. So we're already diffusing it by not doing this. Not reassuring. He's like, maybe there could be. Yes, there could be. Oh, shit, now Alois is really concerned. Now I'm also going to be really worried. So already switching that off. And then the next step is you go into the positive where you start to take the physical action necessary to be the mentor and supporting the horse in that situation. And then you get into a conversation of using the environment. And then what is the physical action you need to take after that, eliminating that reflex of defense, and then going into a physical action that actually helps the situation. And it's that cycle he needs to go through in order to help himself in all situations. Yeah, lift up the rein, look at the hind leg here. Lift up, yeah, lift up, stop the left front. Yeah, this step, and release. Very good. Yeah, and it's not important that she keeps going.
Okay.
Because what you've done there is you've allowed the energy out and you've taken the power down, so she should slow down. Because what you want, if something comes from next to you or behind you, you want to not contain the energy, diffuse the energy, and relax again. Yes, and oh, good, and relax, do nothing. So again, what I did with the umbrella, what was your initial reflex? Yeah. What was the first body part that you felt?
Over here.
Yeah. Was your back.
Yeah.
Brace. And of course, when the body braces here, then the next thing is the control there. And now think about the left hind. So if I come here, lift up left rein, look at the hind leg. Yes. And turn again, left hind. Yes. And then go this way. Now, yeah. So now you've automatically gone into front leg. In the riding, we started to go through what is the physical action he needs to take to be useful in that situation to his horse, to quickly use a skill that will get the horse to be in connection with itself and start to relax and be able to go on. And that's exactly then what we took to the trailer. Stay there. Yes, stay in your straight line. You on the trailer. Yes, good. And then, of course, he was able to take that new skill to the trailer and to load really easily. Yes. So now we reduce the moment of you going down the wrong path. From this feeling, you redirect yourself more in the right direction.
Thank you.
Good. So now you have some homework to bring you to the next stage. It's really important that Alois also learns that, okay, I'm presented with a problem. Do I stay there for the next, few weeks trying to solve it there, or do I recognize what is the cause of this problem, go away, work on the element that I'm missing, which is stopping me from progressing further, and then bring that to the situation in order to get me over the line and help me to progress.
We have some miscommunications still, but I really love her. She's very special to me, and she gives really nice feedback about how she's feeling. If you pay attention to that, that's really valuable. I'm really grateful that I've experienced that with her, that I came into that situation, because it has learned me a lot about horsemanship and how horses can be.
Hi.
Hello.
Beautiful place here.
Yeah, thank you. Good to see you. How are you?
Very good.
Good.
Yeah, beautiful spot. Water both
Yeah.
sides. Hi, mate. Nice to see you. Hi, young man. You've grown a bit, huh? I remember you sending me the first WhatsApp videos, and I was like, whoa, she's jumping.
Yeah. And I think like when the basic foundation is but put in Nadine, then she's very talented and the rest can follow, you know? For me, it's been a bit a struggle here during winter time. It's not connected to Nadine, it's connected to me and weather and life in general, trying to do too many things.
Yeah.
And at some point I had to a little bit, do less so that I could keep some kind of quality in what I did.
How's the feeling now when you work with her?
It goes quite well, but we have a little bit building up period. The big difference is that I always see positive on horses and I know things are possible, but I know when I try to do too much, because I'm very optimistic, I like to say yes. It runs the risk of taking on many things, and I can get a bit stressed because you have the time pressure, you have the feeling of not doing enough, not doing good enough. And that's also part what I learned from you, that you have to be your best yourself to give that to your horse. So if you're not, you cannot give that. And with Nadine, that's important. And that's also why I sometimes say, you know, we're just gonna wait. Because it's better to not do than to rush things.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
For me, just to hear, or I saw from the videos you sent me, to really come and find your rhythm and to find the way in which you have to work in your situation, in your time, I think you've done an amazing job from what I've seen. Hey, young lady.
It's a bit...
So coming to Martina, I didn't know what to expect. You know, the theme in this episode is where are they now? How are you doing? Yeah? And I could see already in the stable that Nadine was not this sort of tight-skinned, sensitive mare. She was relaxed. The air was out of her. The skin was relaxed. She had room and space in the body. The eye was soft. She took her to the tying up place, saddled her up, brought her to the step. In a small aisle where the calves from the dairy were almost licking her boots, and she got on. Nadine was perfectly still. Oh.
I don't know if that's good enough to be called grounded, but at least...
It looks pretty good to me.
Yeah, okay.
That looks a bit different. She looks totally relaxed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shall we
Good
go
girl.
for a little walk, maybe?
Yeah. Sounds great.
Yeah.
You lead the way. She proceeded to walk down this hill and straight out into the dairy farm where there was all kinds of stuff going on. Tractors and cows, and then a loader came by and all kinds of stuff was happening. And she was just walking around like an old schoolmaster. She proceeded to go down the driveway and straight out of the property into a big field and proceeded to trot and canter around.
It's a bit like, oh, do we have to go here today? I feel something's different going on here, so I'm like...
Why are they here watching me? This is normally my pleasurable ride time. There's people watching me.
Yeah. And you're acting a bit more weird than usually. And
Yeah, but it's good. But also I like the way that you feel that and that you adapt.
yeah, because I feel like if I push her now a little bit, I think some tension can easily build up.
Yeah. And then she said, oh, I feel her getting a little bit excited, a little bit tense. And then just proceeded to canter up the hill towards home. And then she said, oh, normally I go and ride in the lake now. I said, okay, then let's go to the lake. And so she went down to the water and she had a moment where I could see Martina was feeling what her horse was feeling. And then she just took a moment and then she felt, oh, she's okay now. And she went in the water. It was such a contrast that I was thinking, here we are worrying if we've done enough. And then the difference between how the horse was at camp and how she was here was like night and day. Good girl. Yes. And then also the checking in between, especially when she gets visually in a space where she first starts to scan, where are the other horses, where am I? Am I in the right place in the environment?
Yeah.
To feel okay. But then she can, in those moments, just have a second to tune in herself, like this. So one ear, one eye. So you are doing it naturally, because you feel it, and then you stop, and you wait, and you give her a rub.
Yeah.
So in that moment where you feel that, lift the rein up, that the bit goes up in the mouth. And when you have the sensation of there, one blink, one eye, one ear, and we transfer this sensation, so bringing an awareness to the body, bringing an awareness to self, this much. And then also when you do the breathing, then you would take your leg back and just feel the stomach. And I make reference to my hand now, but in the end, you can just do it with your leg.
Okay.
Feel the tummy go out now, and then you get the breath. And then I just take the leg forward and release so that she goes from, oh, am I okay here? To, am I okay here?
Ah, okay.
We can have a preconceived idea of what we think we should do, and sometimes we lose perspective of actually where we've come from, how much she'd improved, and how much happier, more relaxed and at ease the mare was in an environment that most horses would really, really struggle with. It was really a credit to Martina how far she's come. No matter if she goes on competitions or whatever level she's jumping, and if she wins a class, yes or no, the mare, Nadine, is now living relaxed and being able to hack out and do different things. So that was a big win in itself. And I hope that Martina realizes that, because knowing that allows her to relax a little bit more and just appreciate the good work she's doing for her horses.
You are who you are, and there's a space that you can change and you can improve for sure. But when you have a bit weaker moment, at least having an awareness of it is a big advantage, because then you know that, okay, today I don't have to expect the biggest result because I'm not in that mood. Working together in one team with your horse is always going to bring you further.
Soph,
Hi.
how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you again.
So how are things?
No, it's been going really well, actually.
Yeah.
Working out with Jimmy, and we're getting somewhere.
Good. Well, show us
but
around. Let's have a look, see where he lives.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So these are all the horses.
Yeah.
There's Jimmy.
Hi, young man. He's thinking, uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
What are you doing here?
This was supposed to be a safe place.
What? Yeah. How was Jimmy when he came home? Did you still have that same relaxed feeling as he did in the camp, or did he come home and go, oh, this is my old place where I'm my old self?
A bit. I mean, when he's in the field, when he was in the field and just by himself, you could see that he was just his old self again. But I worked a lot with the tools and with the groundwork, and you can really see that he got the hang of it and he got relaxed more quickly, actually. At some point, I only had to do a few touches and a few patterns, and he would just stand there completely relaxed. So that got quicker and easier for him.
So going forward, what were the sort of next steps? Because Jimmy had a little bit of soreness in the back, which is also normal because he was holding himself in a certain way, and then he starts to relax and use different muscles, and it's normal that the horses can get a little bit tired and sore. So how has that process been?
That has actually been going really well. I would say he likes working on a double lunge. It got easier to relax him in that.
Nice.
Yeah.
But it sounds like it's going in a good direction.
Yeah, I would say so.
Nice. He feels a lot softer in the body everywhere.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah. Muscles are soft. A lot less tension. Feeling good in the body, Jimmy. Relaxed. Jimmy was going from using a totally different muscle group, being able to now relax and make length in his body, when normally he was in a contraction pattern where everything was shortening because of the reflex shortening contraction of his muscles, and now he was making length, and so he's going to move in a different way. You see the body's not completely changed in shape yet, but it's starting to happen. Starting to have different muscles develop.
But also over his back, he's
Yeah.
softer.
Yeah.
And this is softer.
Yeah, and I remember him being a little bit more hollow, and now he's getting more top line in this part.
Yeah.
Those muscles are not yet trained. The muscles to create stability and balance are not so strong yet. The best way in the beginning is to be able to exercise the horse without the weight of the rider. And everything gets very functional without there being a trigger of an old pattern, creating tension.
It's been a challenging journey still. I went back to riding last year, which felt like a win and was so great to be back in the saddle and canter around again. But it got back to worse or how it was before again. Not totally, but of course it can sometimes feel like that. I feel like you're stuck and not really know what to do. So we're now back to the groundwork again and mainly back to double lunge.
And we change the language on the ground in how we're guiding the horse to be aware of his own body, to be having good self-management. And then when we get on in the saddle, sometimes we go back to our normal riding aids, and then you have the old horse in the riding and the new program on the ground. And then, of course, the next step is to build the bridge between your groundwork and your riding, and that you then can transition your groundwork aids into your riding aids. It's basically riding from the ground, so it takes as much sensitivity, if not more, than sitting on. And then to be able to bring that into gymnastic exercises like going over trot poles, 1 pole, 2 pole, 3 poles, teaching him how he can present himself, what is the yes posture in order for your body to be relaxed. Good, and then take him away. So the preparation is you had him on outside rein, then you get the flexion, then you have the moment of rest, and then he leans forward, so he gets into the yes posture. And if he stops like this, don't be having the feeling you have to ask him to go, but just reward him for the leaning forward. Yeah, and just walk backwards yourself. Yes, yes, take him away, take him away. So in the end, he says, let me do it, my body's leaning forward. Good, and then you can now have more impulsion, that he gets more direction, following the left rein, and then give. Yes, yes, good. And so this in the beginning sets up the posture and the right frame for him to have the length to do the pole. She's able to teach him how to go into the connection. She's able to teach him how to set him up and how to present himself to an obstacle, how to go over an obstacle in a healthy way for his body.
Ooh.
And then also thinking about your own energy when he comes into trot. Ooh, we let the energy out. Yes, and he comes down. And it's good that when you stop, you can also have this moment.
Yeah.
And you build that cycle in so that you can also have that in the riding. You've already had this conversation of we energy up, oh, and now we rest. And so you can jump the first fence, and then in between the fences, you can give the feeling of rest, and he's not getting hotter and hotter and hotter in the course.
Yeah.
When you've progressed like Sophie has through being successful with ponies and juniors and young riders, and you have a big horse and you want to start to progress further, and you're going like this, and all of a sudden you're not doing the same activities. You're not going to the championships, not going to the qualifications, all of these things. In your mind, you actually think that you're failing. or not succeeding anymore, not progressing, you're standing still or going backwards. But actually, through the process of learning how to help Jimmy to be strong and teach him how to actually perform the things she wants him to do, she's getting more skills for every other horse she has after Jimmy for the rest of her life and career that is priceless. And so it's going to be something that maybe Sophie only realizes in 20 years from now. But even so, the skill is there. She's doing it. She's not saying, no, this is too much for me, I want to do something else, and with this horse it's not happening. She's going through the process with him, and she's really teaching him what it is he needs to know. And I hope that she really sticks to it, because it's going to make her a much better rider, a much better horse person, and give her a much greater understanding of herself and life. Hi, Esther.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Fine.
I recognized your arena as we drove in from your progress videos.
Yes.
Nice to see
Hello.
you again. How you doing? Hi, puppy.
This is the place where we live.
Yeah, yeah.
We live here now for 2.5 years.
Uh-huh.
And we started rebuilding.
Okay, and they have a little nice space here.
Yeah, I had
Checking
the
out.
paddock already finished.
Yeah.
The pavement is finished 2 months ago.
Oh, yeah?
It was all
Okay.
dirt
Oh.
and mud and everything.
And here they are.
There you are. I have them outside all day.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, this is Wilfried.
yeah.
He's 22 years old now.
Okay. He's doing good.
Yeah.
Hi, young man. How are you doing? Nice to see you. Yeah. You have a nice place here to live. And so the nice thing about the beginning when we arrived at Esther's is, yeah, you get this feeling of how sweet a person she is. She went around and gave us the tour of what she'd created for her horses. And as we were standing there, the horses were sort of walking around us and into the camera guys and just mingling with us, being happy to be around us. And Esther was not trying to control the horses. She was just standing normal. The horses just go in and around her, and was totally natural, and she didn't have to worry about anything. And I think that's the environment she's created for herself. And the tour showed us that.
I find more rest in the things I do. It's
Yeah.
not like, oh, it's 6 o'clock, I have to do this, I have to do that. It's more relaxed and...
To give yourself the time
Yeah.
to be with him and to work with him.
It was a
and-
mental thing for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, good. Well, nice to see him relaxed and happy with his friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was no longer in a community stable with her horse. She'd removed herself from that environment. She now has her 2 horses together with her at home. And so when she came to the camp, of course, she had a lot of narratives that were not her own. She had a lot of people saying, well, you have a horse this age, and the goal was to try to ride him, and you should be doing this, and you should try and get on. And so, of course, she had a lot of these stories in her mind of what she thought she should be doing with her horse. And I felt now, seeing Esther in her own home with her own horses, that she spoke about the routines of what she was doing with her horses. And it felt to me like that's actually what she wanted to be doing. So, Esther, you've had a lot of transitions. How was it when you arrived back from the camp?
I was really anxious. It was difficult to get started because the first training didn't go so well. But the horse was just standing right there. Okay, I'm not moving anything, and I was jumping and everything, and I was really disappointed. I could almost cry. It was like, oh, this is not going to work forever. And I grew into the process. Slowly during the last months, my confidence grew, and my belief in my horse, my faith in my horse grew. And now I'm convinced we're going to make it.
Yeah.
I don't put any timestamps on it anymore. And if other people say, oh, you're still not riding him. No, I'm not still riding, but we're getting there. I'm enjoying the process. The horse is enjoying the process. I'm learning so much new skills. I believe in this method, and I believe that's what a horse needs. The horse needs time, patience, and I need more skills. So, I think it was a few weeks ago. I mounted my horse. I was just hanging on him, and that was a really, really big breakthrough because it was the first time since it all went wrong last year. I was really happy about it because that actually means we're making progress and what I'm doing is working.
And you can even leave a little bit more distance. Drop the rope and then create the awareness of the space. So putting energy into the space of conversation. I think if Esther has a little bit of help along the way of what step to take next, it will just make its own progression. So trying to bring a focus to that to really just enhance what's already going on. And then if Esther just gets a little bit clarity on each step she needs to take along the way, she's going to really enjoy each step. And when she spends the time to enjoy each step, she will become a master of it. And the stronger each step is along the way, of course, the better the end result at the end. So just like you did the redirection, front leg's going to your right, to his left. Yes, good. Yes, and relax, good. Same the other side. She has this level of confidence in knowing what she's doing. And that, of course, was different to when she was in the camp, when she was literally saying, I don't really know what it is I have to do. And now we got a completely different narrative. It goes in a lot more layers than what we think. Yeah, keep going right, keep going right. Yeah, try to get to his back end yourself. So really walk to the right. Yes, and then the whip over the rope. Keep walking to your right. Yes, keep walking. Yes, this step. Good, and relax. What's nice to see is you only have to do a couple of the groundwork steps, and he's here, you're in the wind, it's fresh, and he's relaxed.
Yeah.
It's not that you have the, if you... He's aware, but he's not...
No.
He doesn't have the same jumpy reflex that he had.
Now I see him every day and I can work with him. Our bond is changing. I'm less insecure with him. I'm not that scared anymore to do not the right thing. It was like, oh, sorry, I made this mistake, but we're doing it another time right. He feels more like my horse. It's not like I visit him, but we are together at the same time, at the same place.
This is also nice how you can do this here.
Yeah.
You don't have to tie him up, you don't have to... But he's happy to stand, he knows the routine. Yeah, and then think about controlling your right front. So when he goes forwards, you ask him to move the right front. Yes. He had a little nervous moment, but immediately after he relaxed. And she was like super proud inside, like, that was so much better than the last time I tried that. So she understood the steps she's making and she can be proud of what she's doing, where another person would say, well, she wasn't successful in getting on yet. So she's totally sort of disconnected herself from that narrative and is happy with herself and celebrating and rewarding herself with the little achievements she's making.
Success is not longer reaching the goal or having the result, but my success is now in really enjoying the horse and the process. So that has changed for me.
Good, lead him forward. Yeah, by staying on the block. Good, and now draw him in again. Yes. Esther is now a prime example of enjoying the horses in the way that fits her and her horse. And she creates an environment where her horses are happy and she is happy. And a lot of the time, I think we're all affected by what the world says we should be doing. But actually, the world doesn't really have the right to say what we should be doing. It's our own individual journey. It's our own individual relationship with our horse. And it's our decision to take that in whichever direction suits us.
try to make myself clear that I'm following a path. That is my path, my time, it's my horse. As long as I'm having fun, I don't care about the other opinions. I can have my horse for 20 years and still have fun. And of course, I want to ride my horse, and of course, I can understand that other people think, hey, your horse is 6 years old, you should have been ridden him by now. But maybe he's a little bit different, maybe we are a little bit different together, I don't know, but we'll see. I don't know, I don't care anymore. No. Listen to your own feeling, choose your own path, be a little stubborn, maybe a little foolish, but take your time, believe in yourself and your horse, and don't give up.
How are you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you.
Nice to
How's
see you.
things?
Good.
Yeah, nice. Well, it's a
Welcome
great,
to Italy.
Yeah, it's a beautiful region here.
Yeah.
So how have things been?
Busy.
Yeah? A lot of horses and shows and...
Yeah, we have a lot of work here.
Yeah.
I've started groundwork with quite a few horses.
Mm-hmm.
I've done it with, with horses that maybe, with the idea to solve some sort of problem.
Yeah.
But I also did it with some horses that didn't have big issues, but just to maybe have work on some certain areas where there was tension. I went through, what I learned through the online training, and it was, I've done about, I think, 5 or 6 now. So I've it's not much, but well, I've started a lot of horses under the saddle, but I used to do it in a different way.
How has it been since you left the camp till now?
I took some time to try to go forward with what we went through on the camp, changing the conversation with the horse. I took some time off the shows to get him ready and get him to spook less at objects. Then I started with the shows. It's been quite challenging. I was hoping to achieve the moment where the tension wouldn't come back, but I haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah.
So when I have an issue, I know what to do, but it takes some time to go through the work and get the tension out.
Yeah. I felt in the beginning the expectation of Adriano wanting to do everything really well, and I'd received some videos from him going to competitions and things were going really well. And of course, when we come and we want to see how he's doing, he wants to show the best. And I could see on that day, like a lot of times with horses, when we want it to go really well, it was not his best day. It's the perfect scenario. If everything went really well, then there's not so many things you can correct or give help or give advice. But when you see them maybe on their worst day in the past few months, then you can give real value. But you could also see with the communication, the dynamic between them had improved hugely. They didn't have the conflict and the arguments and the friction like they did when they first came to camp. But you could also see that Luciferno was the horse for Adriano. He was still keeping him disciplined. When simple things like when he walked from the stable to the arena and he was busy with, okay, we're going to do this thing and I'm going to show Tristan what we're doing. And then the focus went a little bit away. And then you saw Luciferno going, he's not quite thinking. I'm just going to see if I can start to push the boundaries a bit. First few little tips.
Okay.
So just thinking just connect now from your feet to the front legs to see if you can get the front end turning a bit and opening a bit. Good. And then big step. Yeah. Good, and always directing the energy also into the place where you want him to take his energy. So that's the difference between giving him the energy at him or bringing the energy to the place you want him to bring his energy. Yes, and then change again the front. Yeah, Good. And then try to get more speed in your turn and less work on the circle. Yeah. Yes, and now let him go. Yeah, so we slowly get a bit this feeling of I've got to get there, and that because the motivation is to get there, he brings the energy into the body. If it's a go aid, then I'm being made to go. Now you have to challenge him to say, can you get over there? He has to find energy with himself to do it, and then that's where he finds the energy to get going. Those few elements from the walking to the stable to here, like the girthing, was really good. The awareness of the ears back and a little bit the tightness, really good, but just that discipline here. And when you get in, that it's all about mentoring and not the control. Because he will lead you in 5 steps out of the stable into that conversation. You have to stay in the mentor position to keep the conversation of guiding him and not controlling him. Yeah, that's good. Just reward him. Good boy.
Whoa.
Yes.
Ah.
Yeah, very good. Good. We can put the bridle on.
Okay.
Then go on. So this is the same with this interaction. If something comes, how is his response to it? And if it's a defensive or negative one, then address what's happening within your body so that you're not like this. This is the same as this.
Okay.
It's just 2 ends of the spectrum.
We want the halter. Should I put it on here or should I go in and put it on?
Whatever you like. Probably easier to get one of those, all those wonderful students there with fast legs to run and grab the bridle.
Prendi la testiera. Avete capito quello che ha detto? Comunque ha visto che quando ho iniziato è venuto fuori, il cavallo era molto sulle spalle, che andava a cercare l'erba.
And there he is, relaying everything in Italian, and the students asking questions, totally into it. You know, the energy of the place was totally explosive with growth.
Abbassavo l'energia, perché lì era dove lui doveva muoversi in avanti.
I actually felt the need to go and sit with the students. I let him have the space to feel he could now present this idea in this moment, that I could then be a listener and also learn something myself. Was the perfect explanation. Yeah.
I had already started the TRT ideas with quite a few horses, but after the camp, it took over even more. Here at Malabaida, it's expanding. It's a lot of information you have to pass on, present it back to somebody else. It's quite a challenge, but I'm getting better at it.
And then, Adriano, you come in and give the instruction.
Allora apriamo le spalle, però da vicino. Quindi da vicino apri prima una spalla.
Seeing what I hoped would happen with sharing ideas about what works for me and my horses, and seeing how somebody else interprets that and how they can pass it on to somebody else. So I saw in a really short amount of time in the micro what I hope happens in the macro.
Biggest breakthrough was just that I now feel like I know what to do. I have tools.
Everything is possible. It's about being in that place myself, that I can take the time and feel in a state of mind.
He can do everything. That's a really valuable insight. And if I am confident that we can go way further than we are at this moment.
There were a lot of setbacks and difficult moments. It's a roller coaster. Some things were successful, and those things kept me motivated to keep on trying and be satisfied with the small things. My belief in my horse is growing, and the belief in myself is growing. Now I'm convinced we're getting there.
I think that every horse, even if things don't come really easy in the beginning, you should give them a chance. And the journey you go through, it will leave you something. It will give you the experience that will help you that horse and maybe with the horse that comes after that. I try my best with every horse.
As our 5 riders are continuing their journeys, applying their lessons to other horses and sharing their insights with other riders, Tristan and his team turn their attention to the planning of the next chapter in the Camp TRT journey. Be sure to stay tuned.